What's up everyone, Dan here. Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Have you heard the news? The number of Bitcoin addresses, new Bitcoin addresses holding a non-zero balance at an all-time high, surpassing the 20,000 all-time high number of addresses in play. And in this video, we're going to talk about what this could possibly mean in terms of Bitcoin price discovery as Bitcoin treads $10,000 right now. So here it is, everyone. Bitcoin having 80 days away. The most bullish time for Bitcoin. The most bullish season for Bitcoin approaching. And as markets begin to experience a supply-demand shift, a supply-demand shock, everybody wondering what price will do. In this video, we're talking about Bitcoin addresses with non-zero balances hitting an all-time high. The number of new Bitcoin addresses with a non-zero balance is at an all-time high, surpassing the number of new addresses hodling Bitcoin when prices hit 20,000 back in 2017. Here's a tweet this article is based on. Income Sharks. BTC addresses with a non-zero balance are at an all-time high. What's more surprising is that we're even higher than when we were near $20,000. Hard to not be bullish on this kind of distribution and adoption. And everyone, I could not agree anymore. Here's the chart. I pulled it up on the Glassnode website. This is what it looks like. I went back 5 years here, so we get a glimpse of Bitcoin's journey in the last 5 years, particularly through the last Bitcoin halving here in July. You can see the uptrend in terms of Bitcoin addresses and also Bitcoin price. The number of non-zero addresses here at all-time high, back at the, $20,000 area, right here, around 28 million. And here we are, if we zoom in on the charts, right now surpassing that number. But what's the big difference on this chart? This very simple chart, you can see the big difference, a large gap of separation between where price is and where these number of non-zero addresses are. Now, from a very simple perspective, let me explain to you why this is so important. Bitcoin has settled down. Bitcoin has consolidated. There really is not much hype. If you hang out on crypto Twitter, crypto YouTube, of course there's some hype because that's the bubble of everybody that owns Bitcoin talking about Bitcoin. But this is what true hype looks like. This is a picture of true hype. This drop of non-zero addresses from 28 million into the bear market down to 21 million. That is called consolidation. And as we went into this bottom of the bear market right here, we started getting a slight uptick in Bitcoin number of non-zero addresses. And this uptick that continues is a perfect picture of accumulation phase. And yes, it's no surprise this is happening as Bitcoin is 80 days away from its halving. Bitcoin's richest addresses, not as many as you might think. The total number of Bitcoin addresses is a little over 615 million addresses as of February 20th, the most recent data point. There are over 28 million addresses that currently have a balance above zero. We just looked at that on the chart. Of these 28 million addresses, only 788,000 are addresses of whole coiners or having a balance of at least one Bitcoin. Only 788,000 addresses, everyone, that own at least one Bitcoin, 154,000 wallet addresses with a balance of 10 or more, and it continues. But I feel like this one really stands out to me. Only 788,000 addresses of one Bitcoin. We have the stats right here, everyone. Total Bitcoin in circulation, 18.2 million. Total Bitcoins to ever be produced, 21 million. 86% of Bitcoins have been mined. And after a bear market of consolidation, the number of non-zero addresses, not even a million of them owning one Bitcoin, surpassing the number from the last bull market high. So to put it simply, the number of non-zero Bitcoin addresses back here at all-time highs, we have surpassed that amount down here, less than $10,000 after we come out of a bear market. And that is because the supply of Bitcoin is diminishing, everyone. And the halving has everything to do with this supply demand shock that I believe the market is getting ready to feel. And if we're looking at the timing on this very beautiful zoomed out chart, we really get a simple idea of where Bitcoin is in terms of price discovery and potential bull market that is to come. Through cycle analysis, we know we have our key resistance areas in going in and out of bullish and bearish cycles. For Bitcoin, back in that 2016 area, that area of resistance was right around $1,000 down to $750. That was the doorway to the bull market back then. Bitcoin broke through that area after the last halving in 2016. That is this white line. And we have a very similar cycle resistance on the same exact Fibonacci, the 618 to 786. We already hit this resistance well before this next Bitcoin halving, and that resistance is right around $13,000 up to around $16,000. Bitcoin trading below that resistance area, testing it once back in July of 2019, and we are now approaching the 2020 halving, just 80 days away. And if we real quick visit this area in terms of that non-zero address, right around 20 million non-zero addresses, Bitcoin trading at $7,200, getting ready to go crazy up to 20,000, we can really take this data and show exactly what is happening in these markets. So November 2017, 20 million addresses, and we scroll forward to March 2018, 21 million addresses coming down from that all-time high, 28 million. Now, what happened there? Let's go to the charts and just very simply look at it. November 2017, Bitcoin getting ready to go from $7,000 to $20,000 in a matter of weeks. Non-zero Bitcoin addresses going from 21 million in this area to 28 million. And back down in March 2018 to 21 million. This entire retail hype was destroyed in a matter of weeks as that happened. And from that point on, Bitcoin presented itself as one of the strongest opportunities to invest in as it made its way into its bear market low and now into this next halving. Nothing will stop this countdown. 80 days until the Bitcoin halving. The supply and demand shock will be felt once again. Exactly when this happens, exactly when Bitcoin breaks out, no one knows. It's a slow and steady race. We do know there's a lot of volatility in these markets, but here it is, everyone, on the charts, confluent right around this Bitcoin halving, the Fibonacci retracement, the doorways to the bull market, all while non-zero Bitcoin addresses reach an all-time high during this accumulation phase. What is coming next? I have a feeling it's very, very bullish. So tell me, what do you think about all of this? I'm really curious to know what you think. I am long-term bullish. There's no surprise there. Let me know how you're feeling on the short term. There are some short-term bears in the comments lately. Let me know your thoughts. I appreciate you coming by. Hit the subscribe button if you're here and you're not a subscriber. Hit the like button on the way out. It means a lot. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day and God bless.